Mr. White, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Try to at least. Alright, let's do it! Well, she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to need much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. White. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that those thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us! You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister wasting evidence at the crime scene? Never! Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Awards for our high school students. Well, wherever there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. White. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Well, that is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. White. Just give it a try. But me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. I'm testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press the X button to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. I can see her eyes shining behind these glasses. So is this a blood stain? It's so... Ooh. Emma, you're shaking! It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay. Well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this? Scientifically. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so! I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe! It is pretty strange. They thought here they'd have to have more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spur on anything suspicious. Ha! I wonder how that flute of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead. It doesn't really get my mouth watering. It's only put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that would sound convincing enough, you see? I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You're not on the witness stand! That's unforgivable! Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Or 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me. They coughed it up. They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know? I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. Before long they called me a cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gone food poison from your lunches. And you were let go, fired? I thought that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if those permanent prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Point C doesn't mean... what do you mean about... What do you think about this? SL9 incident. It's women on that night. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case. The motor weapon. It was due for transfer the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cough-up queen, right? We found this ID card here in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. Wish I could be so soft. Think about it, I could have taken that pistol from the guard room, but even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time. The incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. But nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable to who? 2 years ago. It was the biggest case I've ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So, they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite clearly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? The criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence. Of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over. And he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten. And neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case. A hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in our fancy offices can stop us. Wait. Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. The star's old boyfriends. How many does he have anyway? That's when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should have this. Take this. Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Mr. Officer Marshall, is he your... are you his... Are you... going out? Why do you want you out? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister in cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. When Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are really cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. Detectives are running around so fast they're blind. I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, Here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. It so seems that way. Oh. Ow! What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly. So imposing. It's hard to think straight. You can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it would open? You thought it would be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't that? One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you! Detective Gumshoe. Now is no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man! What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've got our criminal, now we just need evidence. A criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. And the perpetrator? You have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. The biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Sitting right here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave! If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Pressing should be over, so I figured he's down there having a good cry. Later! He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a one start. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down this road right now. Things would just get confusing. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator. I'd say I was the perpetrator against... that's what I'd say. Hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but Mr. Ashworth, anyone on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost. patrolman like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The bar station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security office was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Yes, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir! A suspicious person! Ow! What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand? Just like my sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but you're the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. You have to label me as perpetrator victim, sir. Then label me as victim! I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that. Yes, well that's true, so I suppose you could say that. You know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leaned heavy on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department, devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if you were a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intentions of killing him, sir. None! Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? So to tell you the truth, sir, what happened? When the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. Next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Then when I opened my eyes... I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Bruce Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was guessing blood from my hands, sir. Oh, the sock. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir. That's it. That's what? My head was a blanket to this very moment. But, sir, now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I better pry into this one a little deeper. Can you tell me what it is you can remember? Or what you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. So I went to the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounded pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing, son. He pointed a knife at me. What? So I assume I wasn't flustered as you are right now. So I whopped and leaped at him. Knife at him? Do unto each others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyesight got white, and I woke. I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that you were arrested? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim who he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. If this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! And I did say something along those lines. Huh? You saw it up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir, on that day at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But I don't remember the evidence clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, I want to step it out. It's there, it's me on tape. And you wait until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess I better go check out the crime scene.